We continue to reflect through this Holy Week. We think now through this Maundy Thursday. Picking up in Scripture, we start in Matthew 26, verse 36. Then Jesus went with them to the olive grove called Gethsemane, and he said, "Sit here while I go over there to pray." He took Peter and Zebedee's two sons, James and John, and he became anguished and distressed. He told them, "My soul is crushed with grief to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me." He went on a little farther and bowed with his face to the ground, praying, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup of suffering be taken away from me. Yet I want your will to be done, not mine." Then he returned to the disciples and found them asleep. He said to Peter, "Couldn't you watch with me even for 1 hour? Keep watch and pray, so that you will not give into temptation, for the spirit is willing, but the body is weak." Then Jesus left them a second time and prayed, "My Father, if this cup cannot be taken away unless I drink it, your will be done." When he returned to them again, he found them sleeping, for they couldn't keep their eyes open. So he went to pray a third time, saying the same things again. Then he came to the disciples and said, "Go ahead and sleep. Have your rest. But look, the time has come. The Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Up, let's be going. Look, my betrayer is here." The Thursday prior to Jesus' crucifixion fills many pages in Scripture. It begins with John and Peter securing the upper room. There, Jesus washes his disciples' feet, explaining he is there to make them clean. Just like the disciples, Jesus washes us clean. As they begin to eat, Jesus announces one of them is about to betray him. Each wonders if he means them. During this Last Supper, Jesus sets apart the Passover bread and cup and reassigns, or better, perfects their meaning. The bread is his body, the cup his blood. This meal will no longer remind them of God's deliverance primarily from the external tyranny of Pharaoh, but from the internal tyranny of their own guilt and sin against God. As they were eating, Jesus took some bread and blessed it. Then he broke it in pieces and gave them to his disciples, saying, "This is for you to eat, for this is my body." He took the cup of wine and gave thanks to God for it. He gave it to them and said, "Each of you drink from it, for this is my blood, which confirms the covenant between God and his people. It is poured out as a sacrifice to forgive the sins of many. Mark my words, I will not drink wine again until the day I drink it anew with you in my Father's kingdom." It's represented by the chalice and the plate. Where would you see yourself in the story? Would you have been able to stay awake? Maybe in our lives we have fallen asleep when Jesus calls us to stay awake. Or maybe we think of those who betrayed Jesus. Maybe we have betrayed Jesus in our own context. Yet still Jesus calls us friend. Even through it all, he calls us friend. Jesus prays for his friends and those who will come to know him through them. Though soon a line of torches snake their way toward him in the darkness. This is what he has been waiting for.